Well, if you are around on the internet land for a while, you probably got to know a platform called Patreon, where you can put your exclusive content, and then you can say to your supporters to go there and subscribe so you can get a way to monetize your content. And the problem with Patreon is that Patreon is a shit. Really, it's terrible. From the video host to the politics that are on the platform, it is a shit. It sucks a lot. And first of all, I have to say that they use Vimeo as their main video provider. So it is already sus just for this decision of having a platform like Vimeo being, the main video host of your platform. And if you don't know anything about Vimeo, I made a video about that 2 weeks ago. And basically Vimeo was saying to the users, have to pay $2,000, $3,000, or $8,000, or we're gonna delete all your content and you can do anything about it. You have to pay us or you're done. And the fun thing was that if you had a Patreon account, if you were a video creator of Patreon, you will get a 5% discount. Interesting, isn't it? That if you had a Patreon account, you would get a minimal discount on this absurd Vimeo decision of charge thousands of dollars out of nowhere from their user base. And also there is Patreon, a shitty platform that censors anything that they don't like. It is basically when you have a boss and you went there with a gray shirt, but your boss basically prefers that you wear a purple shirt, and just because you went with a gray shirt, the boss is gonna fire you just because he didn't like the color of your shirt. That's basically what I'm saying right here. That's basically what Patreon does. And if you had any doubt about it, with all the journalists or cosplayers or content creators that were being censored or the platform demonetized by Patreon and the other big tech platforms, now Patreon has a new policy that is basically saying that it doesn't matter that you weren't violating our terms of service, our guidelines. If you say anything out of our platform, doesn't matter if you are at your home, you were on social media, it doesn't matter. We're gonna ban you. We're gonna censor all your content out of nowhere. Well, now we know where this is coming from. It is from everywhere, even outside Patreon. And that's how they are, making this monopoly, this, mafia, that if you say anything that they don't like, doesn't matter where, well, you're gonna get banned. You're gonna get censored. You're not gonna get your money. You're gonna lose all of your, your work. And you might be asking, wow, but I still need a subscription platform for my content. So I would recommend you to use Subscribestar, for example. That is a very good platform. A lot of people that were banned, like journalists or cosplayers or, all video creators that were banned on Patreon, went to Subscribestar, and they are there until today. So it is a pretty solid platform. I know that Odyssey is, creating a membership program just like Patreon, and it's gonna be available very soon. So I will be reviewing that in the future. and I don't remember right now the name, but there is also a crypto platform that you can, put your content and get donated on cryptocurrencies. I don't know how that works exactly, but I know that I don't know if it is bit support or something like that. I'm gonna put in the description. I'm just not remembering right now, but I have the link. I'm gonna put in the description. So if you are into this crypto stuff, it is a place for you. I also read that it respects your privacy. It doesn't sell your data for third parties. You can make anonymous donations with crypto. So it is different from what Subscribe Star is. That is basically an alternative to Patreon and what Odyssey membership will be. So you have options. You just need to, show your audience how Patreon is dangerous, how, it's toxic to be on that platform, and, ask them to go to these other platforms that is gonna basically do the same for you, but respecting your privacy, your free speech rights. And that's what we want. We just want platforms that respect our rights. We are not asking for much. We are just asking for their obligation, that is to preserve basic rights that we have. That is free speech. We can say anything that we want. Even if people don't like, we have the right. And we have to fight for this. Any of these platforms like DuckDuckGo, Twitter, Facebook, we have to show them that we don't need them. They are the ones that need us. And if they are censoring our voices, we're just going to move to somewhere else. Like we go to Odyssey, Rumble. There is a lot of, social media platforms like Mastodon, Gather that value this free speech right. I might even do a video about these alternatives, but right now I'm just talking about how dangerous Patreon is, and you should get out of there immediately, because you might not be censored right now, but you might be in 2 months, because you don't know what Patreon is gonna think that is offensive or they don't like. You might be posting a picture with a white hat, and they thought that this was offensive, and you're gonna lose all your work. So be aware of that. If you have an account on Patreon, start telling your audience to follow you on these other platforms. All of them is gonna be on the description. I think that there is also another platform called Locals that it has this same, the same purpose. But a lot of people that were, getting censored on these big tech platforms are now on Locals, and they are compromised to not, censor your content or, ban you just because you said something that some random snowflake thought that was offensive. So, it's a very good platform to be. You have options. I already said 4 different platforms. All of them are gonna be in the description. I don't remember the name of all of them, but every single one of them that I mentioned are gonna be in the description, so you can look for yourself. You can research what is better for you and your audience, and let's just spread the message to show these platforms that we can do anything that we want, and we don't need them. And I guess I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.